Okay, I'm going to talk some more about the Superphone. Mine is actually not as complex as some. It's actually just a cheap LG phone. I mean, there's some, obviously, iPhones you spend $500 on, but they don't do a whole lot more than this. Now, within about 5-6 years, there will be teenagers that would have been born into a world that they will have had a phone, an Android phone, that could be handed to them at a young age to play games or whatever. When I was shopping the other day, I saw a kid probably about 5 years old with his mom sitting in the cart, right, at the store, with his mom's phone playing, keeping himself occupied, playing some game on the phone. Now, I know this is true. This is not. I'm not going to form conclusions here. I'm gonna work with facts. That kids today, a large percentage of kids, their phone is like an extension of them. I mean, they, unless the parents are like, don't have phones, and they're just like, they don't introduce their kids to a smartphone, their kids are going to have a smartphone, and they're going to have it all the time, unless somebody tells them they can't. Now, what I'm talking about, okay. Look, I'm not talking about, I think, about negativity of the phone. I'm not going to put the smartphone down, because you can't. I mean, this thing is like freaking mind-blowing, the influence this has on society right now. And I don't think any of us really get it. I don't think any of us really get it. Another 20 years, and they'll look back at the influence of a smartphone. I mean, you look at it, it's like, you look at all levels of society, from even the president, okay? You have the president. I don't think he actually even writes. I don't think he even touches the phone. He hires somebody, he probably talks, and somebody tweets for him. But that's an example. He uses it to talk to the whole frickin' country. He's almost started a frickin' war with his cell phone. But I just wanted to mention that real quick. But there's laws already in Washington State. You can't hold your phone, your superphone, or you'll get a ticket. If a cop sees you holding your superphone, even while you're stopped, you'll get it's almost a $100 ticket. You think about crimes involved with superphones. Sorry, I'm just going to call it a frickin' superphone. I don't want to call it a phone anymore. At some point, people have to stop calling this a phone, because it's not. The fact that people call it a phone makes it less, it's like when your phone was hanging on your wall in your house or on a table, it's a phone. It's like, it's an invention that was around 100 years ago or whatever, right? This is different. This is like, now this is like, there's probably 25% of the crimes out there are people stealing phones or using, who knows, man? Like, the amount of expensive phones out there that, I don't know. Anyway, but I can go on and on. It's just some I think it's important to look at and recognize the power this thing has. I mean, it really, this is really the most influential device in society right now. And we'll just leave it at that, 'cause I'm going to go into more detail. There's a lot to talk about here, for sure. Okay.